Hello everyone, this is Fi. We're checking out DEADNET. This is a game I've not played before. We're gonna give it a playtest here. We're not seeing anything past this screen. Go ahead and check out our options here. I think we're in borderless window mode right now. I always like to go for exclusive full screen if I can. I don't know if that's working. Let me see if I can click back. Seems like it's still in windowed mode. Based on the way it minimizes. I don't know if this is if this is working at the moment. This looks like a nicely made menu, but doesn't seem like it's applying. Is it? I don't think that's exclusive full screen, but I guess we'll find out. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to tell if there's... I like to set it to exclusive full screen for the purposes of latency usually, but sometimes it's not that noticeable depending on different factors. We got screen shake, or camera shake rather. Time stops. Interesting. It's all optional. Shadow type. All non-hard shadows. Shadow quality, anti-aliasing. Oh, okay. Ambient occlusion, bloom, color separation, tone mapping, vignette, motion blur. Interesting. Okay. Kinda interesting way to do this. I kind of like how compact this is, although I don't know. I feel like this is, you know, slightly less layman friendly, perhaps, but yeah, interesting. This sound effect is kind of annoying. It's a bit loud, but let's go ahead and give this game a shot. I guess we're gonna go ahead and click on new game. I don't know what horde mode is or how that's different or anything. But yeah, I guess this is what we're doing here. So select difficulty. We've got guest, user, admin, system kernel, and forbidden. DEFCON 1. Journalist. Alright, so it looks like in the bottom right we're getting our descriptions, so it's a little bit annoying. I mean, this is a very minor detail, but it's a little bit annoying to like have to move my eyes from one end of the screen to the other. That makes sense. Like if I was sitting further away from the screen or something, maybe it'd be less of a big deal, but just a nice design principle in general to not... if there's no need to not force the player to kind of, you know, bounce their vision all across the different ends of the screen, you know, when you could just, you could put the text like right up here or something instead. It would be a little bit comfier. In any case, I guess we're probably going for fair. That sounds like the normal, quote-unquote normal difficulty. The way the game is meant to be played, it says recommended for experienced shooter players. That sounds good enough. Alright, I'm actually curious what these say, so I'm gonna take a moment to read some of this. Increased enemy presence, threat level progresses faster, ammo is less common, attacks are more difficult to dodge, enemies are harder to hit. Heavier enemies appear earlier and more frequently. Enemies are more likely to deploy ordnance instead of reinforcements. That's quite a few changes. Now the easy mode has incoming damage reduction, threat level is permanently paused, enemies cannot request reinforcements, overall enemy presence is reduced, ammo is more plentiful. Here we've got vastly increased enemy presence, threat level progresses passively and cannot decay, ammo will not drop for your equipped weapon, cooldowns progress 25% slower. Interesting. Incoming damage is increased by 15% and hard damage cannot decay through damage. I have no idea what that means. Enemies use abilities more often, checkpoints are less common. And then... what? Incoming and outgoing damage is randomized with a low chance for any attack to deal 500% more damage. What on earth? Time moves 20% faster, stamina regenerates at 50% speed. Threat level increases after every level completion. Mini bosses can spawn as regular enemies. Enemies are recklessly aggressive. Okay. So, not having played the game at all, let's just share a few thoughts here. I'm always a little bit... It's just kind of a point of interest for me, is the idea of like how do you how and what do you adjust for difficulty settings? Because I feel like very many games do a poor job at this. It seems like usually the normal setting is the kind of the way the game is designed around it, and like the different difficulty settings are like sometimes they mess up some aspects of the experience. Obviously I can't assume too much, just not having any experience with the game so far, but I do wonder a bit about a couple of these things, like if these are things I would choose to change. So we're talking about attacks are more difficult to dodge. I don't know what exactly that means, so I guess I can't say too much about it if that is a good idea or not, but that is something I would be careful about. Enemies are harder to hit also, so I don't know if that means like you're changing the hitboxes. I don't know if this means like you're making projectiles move faster or something like that, or maybe it's something more complicated than that. But these are kinds of things where, in my opinion, I would say there are aspects of the game that are best handled in a way that you're kind of fine-tuning them to perfection in a way. So if you go like changing that based on different difficulty settings, and you can kind of deviate from what actually works best for the game, if that makes sense. So I can't say too much because, like I said, I don't know the details. I haven't played the game yet, but these are things that I kind of worry about. So like, just to give a simple example, and that's not doesn't appear to be the case here, but some games what they'll do is they'll just be like, okay, it's a harder difficulty, give the enemies more HP, right? And then what ends up happening is that the enemies get bullet spongy, which is not good for the experience because it just doesn't feel good. And then you get weird stuff like your ammo gets affected by that, and there's sometimes like weird breakpoint things where it's like if you're not careful you can get weird situations where the number of bullets doesn't line up right with the enemy HP amounts, and all this weird stuff. But the main thing is that it just doesn't feel right, or it doesn't feel as good to play because the enemies take so many more hits to kill. And it's just like, you don't have to make that change to make the game harder. So why not change something that doesn't affect these kind of core things about the game design, where you should be kind of honing it to perfection. And I'm going on too long about this, but it's just something I'm interested in, so I apologize if you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? But let's go ahead and actually get into the game. Act 1, Act 2, Hell Frozen Over. Act 1 is called Infection, I guess. We're going to go ahead and start with Act 1, of course. Interesting. Okay. See what happens. We've got a mouse over here. Does it want me to click? Is it like waiting for me to prepare myself? Is that what's going on? By the way, I meant to mention this earlier. The audio is kind of a temporary setup here. I still have my computer tower on my desk next to me, so it's kind of like the noise is suboptimal at the moment. So I apologize for it not being ideal. Oh, okay. All right. Wait, what? Oh, Battle AI Roko. The control of the internet so that it may blend it with our reality. Okay, it's one of these stories. Very interesting artwork here. All right, we have 1 hour. Oh, that was bright. Staging area, Smile Tech, VR and D. The tutorial, I didn't see what it said under that. Cool animations, I don't know. What Alright, lots of stuff on screen. Doesn't seem important. Why does he hold the gun like that? That feels very weird. I feel it gives me a sense that the crosshair is like off center a bit, just because I'm not used to it being in that position relative to the gun model. It's like weird how just kind of a little bit offset to the left of all things. Usually it's to the right, if anything, so that's interesting. I guess that's just something to get used to. Okay, apparently I can press shift to do a little dash move. Interesting, we've got a little stamina effect going on there. Whoa! Oh! That is some juicy camera work, I guess. A little bit much. I'm always a little bit wary of juice because people tend to overdo it. You know, it's one of those things, in my opinion. It's like a spice. You know, you don't want too much of it, but you know, I get it. People want their games to be juicy. All right, straightforward enough. Jump at a wall while looking towards it to wall run. Testing the feel of moving the mouse around here. Not sure if... Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, so we've got some options in here, but this is not the full set of options, so we don't have all the graphics options in here that we have in the main menu. Interesting. Camera shake amount. Glad we can turn that down in case I don't like it. But yeah, I definitely. So I don't know if that exclusive full screen thing is working. I definitely would prefer to have exclusive full screen. The other thing is I want to be able to turn off VSync. I don't think I'm seeing any screen tearing, which. Oh, it shows the FPS at the top as well. That's interesting. Tearing? It's hard to see with that geometry over there. Yeah, I don't see any screen tearing going on, so I'm just worried about input lag. It feels pretty good, but you know, I fairly recently moved to a higher refresh rate monitor, so it kind of hides a little bit of the latency. Like if you're using a 60 hertz monitor, it's really obvious when you have VSync and stuff on because there's just so much latency, especially in a first-person game, which is like the bane of first-person games. But so we. Oh, okay. So I'd like to see. Just a little bit more feedback on the wall run, just because it's not really that obvious what's happening here. We're getting like a little bit of something. There's still some. It's very affected by gravity. It doesn't like. I guess one way you could do this is you could kind of neutralize your vertical speed when you hit the wall run, right? So you get like a very consistent sort of effect out of it. Whereas here it seems like if I'm already falling and then I hit the wall run, it's like I just kind of keep falling. So, oh, right. I assume that's not intended. Okay. Not a big deal, but probably not what you want to happen on the edge there. Yeah, that's interesting. So I guess what it's actually doing is it's slowing your fall down. It's not like... It might just be like decreasing gravity. I feel like... Boy, the camera work on just jumping stationary is kind of goofy. Yeah, I think it's just sort of like a gravity reduction, sort of. And this is fine. I do kind of like the idea of having something a little bit more consistent, though. And if nothing else, what I said originally. It'd be nice to have like a little bit more feedback based on either the audio or you know, some visual element to show like you're in a wall running state. Maybe you can do something different with the. I don't know if you want to move the gun model necessarily if you're meant to be able to keep aiming and shooting while you're doing this, but interesting. Anyway, oh awesome, looks like they've already gotten through part of the test track. I guess there are people watching me. Greetings, S4, Overwatch from the STF team. Okay, it's a little bit quick. You know, some people don't read so fast, so you might want to be careful about... Oh! Interesting. Okay, so we've got like a little bit of a... What do you call that? What does this say? Overwrite other entities. Yeah, so these are... Especially when you're in a tutorial, you really got to be careful about these messages not just disappearing before the player reads them properly and all this stuff. So I would definitely put these messages on like a press a button to advance kind of thing, rather than on a timer like that. It's just, especially if there's just no way to like get back the previous message or something. It's just too easy for things to go wrong in like a really simple and fixable way with that kind of thing, and people not getting the messages, or they don't read fast enough, or they're distracted by something, or I don't know, maybe they fell off the edge when a message popped up or something. You know, there's all sorts of things that can go wrong. But I guess the word for this movement is mantle. So maybe, oh, interesting. So oh, the other thing is, now that I've been kind of yammering on here and not playing the game, I can mention this as well. So in regards to the messages disappearing, like I remember it told me to look at an enemy and press a button. I think it was the E or the F button keys, one or the other. But between my bad memory and me being distracted doing something else, it's easy to forget these kinds of things. So for a tutorial, it's this kind of situation where that sort of thing is like, you'd want to leave that instruction on the screen until the player actually does it, you know what I mean? So that they don't like get in this state, it's like, oh, what was I supposed to do? After they've been screwing around like I have, instead of, you know, doing what you as a developer were hoping they would do. You know, who knows what kinds of shenanigans people might get up to. Oh, I guess there's like a wall. Can I just... Oh, this wants to put me back up here. Is this just a soft lock, or I can do this thing? What is it that... I guess F is stabby. And then is it the E key? I guess I got bullets? What is this flailing... Okay, I don't understand what happened here. So overwrite ready. I guess that was on like a cooldown, let's call it. So overwrite, is that what it's called? I thought it was, by the description and whatever, I thought it was like you were possessing them or something, but I guess it's like you kind of appear where they were, and then is that their body? I don't understand. Like if I'm gonna possess someone, I would think that I would just take control over them, but I wouldn't like it wouldn't generate another body or whatever. I don't quite understand that, but sustaining too much damage in your current body will reduce your ability to heal. Hard damage overriding enemies. Well, let's see. Okay, I didn't really have enough time to read that. So that's not helpful. Okay. Okay. So something about sustaining too much damage in your current body causes hard damage. I don't know. Like, I assume there's some difference between, like, damage to an enemy you possess and damage to, like, you yourself, like your consciousness or something. Okay, I'm pressing E, nothing is happening with this. Maybe I just can't do that. It does, in the bottom right, it has a square with the E key on it, and it has an X on it, so I don't know if that has something to do with... Oh, press F to stab the target. Stabbing an enemy will heal you. From behind will kill... Okay, that was way too quick. I don't know what it said. I'm assuming something about instant kill. That's really weird, making them flail like that. Okay, well, yeah, I'm missing some pieces. Test your handgun on the group ahead. Alright, so it's not... Hold on. Okay, we've got limited ammo, so I can't just go crazy here. Does feel just a little bit laggy, I'm afraid. I really like to be able to turn off VSync and everything. Yeah, that's unfortunate, because when I'm just messing around I don't really notice, but like if I have to try and do precision aiming... I'm trying to see, like... Okay, it does look like there's a little bit of a spread on this. And they take quite a lot of bullets. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. So it feels like a... What is this? Piercing armor. Okay, you hear a tink if it doesn't pierce the armor, I guess. The knife ignores armor. Number keys will switch weapons. Okay, it's kind of annoying, this shift effect, when it doesn't actually do anything. What does this say? Data breach? I also kind of wish that the if not this whole visual, then maybe just the one that you switch to would kind of stay on screen for a moment longer so I could kind of see what it says, because it's just a little bit brief if I'm just like trying to play normally and not... If I don't put my eyes up on that spot where they appear when I press the button, then I can't really read what it says in time, if that makes sense. Data breach. So these enemies already died. It'd be nice also, for the sake of tutorial, if you had some like the enemies could respawn again or something, and maybe you'd have like a little ammo, you know, a place to replenish your ammo, and then you could just kind of go to town for a while. And does the it shows the weapon kind of lag behind where you're aiming a little bit? Does it always shoot where the reticle is? I'm assuming so. I don't know if you're using the Q key. I kind of like the old, I think it's Half-Life that did this, but like using the Q key to switch to your last weapon. It's a nice thing to have, in my opinion. I guess we're doing... Okay, so this is kind of like... So I'll try it with the dash. Oh. Okay, I guess maybe with a double jump. Wait, where am I? It doesn't help that like a lot of the geometry in here so far doesn't have any back faces. So it's like a lot of stuff is like disappearing when I'm not looking at it from the right angle, and it's making things more disorienting and like where am I and where am I supposed to go? I think I'm supposed to go like this. How far back did I fall? Why did it show the weapon thing at the top there? I didn't press that. I didn't press any of those buttons, did I? Oh, what's going on there? It's apparently just spamming jump, or just... I guess it's seems to be holding W and jump while doing the mantle thing makes the weapon selector bit at the top show up for some reason. I'm going this way. My forearm is getting tired from mashing the shift key. I think I haven't played a game in a while that does that. Oh. Okay. That was a bit weird. And again, I didn't quite 100% read what that said, but it was something about the knife again. Am I doing this? Ooh. I was not looking ahead of me for a moment. I was looking at the UI. All right, so we're back here again. So in terms of what just happened and me going like way back, you could just put like another kill plane here or something, or you know, whatever this thing is that bumps you back up when you fall. You know, so I didn't mean to walk off there, but oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit okay. So when I let off of the key, I keep moving for a moment. And I'm not sure how much of that is due to latency, like input latency, and how much of that is... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't figure out which direction to push to get on here. I also think you might just slide off of... Yeah, there's a little bit of a slidey effect, so I guess it's because we've got the capsule collision. So when you get to the edge, you just kind of slide off. So that's part of what's going on there. It's less than ideal. But in any case, so about this jumping thing, I'm pretty sure you can do this. You know, I can do this with double jumping. I'm not sure what... I guess there's a... I didn't mean to walk off here again. That's really awkward. Because I feel, you know, I've played enough first-person games. I feel comfortable moving around generally, but like I'm finding myself just kind of falling off this edge a little bit more than I anticipate, and I guess it's because those reasons, those factors I already mentioned. But in terms of this jumping thing, I do feel like it might feel better if you just reset your vertical speed when you go into the wall run, and I feel like this kind of demonstrates that, where it would just be more consistent feeling, instead of like, you know, once you accumulate too much downward velocity, then your next jump doesn't really, or your next wall run, I'm sorry, doesn't really work because you just kind of slide off of it. So yeah, I know you can kind of manage it with the double jump and everything, which is what I intend to do here. But oh, we always get double jumps. Okay, so I didn't realize that. Let me see if I can try this again. So apparently after every wall jump you get another double jump. Oh gosh. Okay, so in the last part I tried to jump off the wall and then double jump, but instead I moved away from the wall before I could press the jump, and then I didn't get the jump, and then I just double jumped instead. So did I fall back down again somewhere else? I did, didn't I? I wasn't even paying attention. I have to go through all this again. This is... which way am I supposed to go? I don't even know. I go this way? I go this way. I'm like all the way back at the beginning again. Oh gosh. Alright, we'll get through this tutorial someday. But yeah, I mean, clearly there's some things in here that can be improved. As demonstrated, so hopefully that's helpful. What is this blue stuff? So yeah, the wall jumping is a little bit awkward. It definitely works and it's manageable. But like in the last part there where I tried to kind of jump off the wall towards another wall, but I just moved away from the wall and then didn't have the jump. That's a little bit of a problem, I would say. And that's something you can, like, the player can kind of learn how to not do that, perhaps, but I don't know if you want to consider having like a little bit of a buffer time there or something, where it's like after you move off of the wall there'd be like, you know, a certain amount of time where you could still press the jump button and it would still work and that kind of thing. It might help with that sort of thing. Oh my gosh, what happened there? I'm so confused. Oh gosh, okay. See, I'm not thinking when I fall down that I have to like avoid this platform so I don't have to, you know, so I can fall down here and not have to go through the whole level again. I was just like letting myself fall. In any case, something happened there where I pressed the jump button, but it didn't jump when I thought it was going to, and then I got kind of bamboozled in the air there. I think we're going this way. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Oh, you have to wait for... Okay, so apparently if you completely use up your... Oh. Let me turn my phone sound off just so it doesn't cause trouble here. Sorry about that. Apparently if you use up all of your stamina, then you have to wait for it to recharge fully before you can use it again. That's interesting. I know that like some other games have done that use stamina, but like... I don't know, I'm not sure if I feel like there's a reason to do that here versus just letting the player, you know, obviously you have to wait until you have enough stamina before you can press the button again, right? Or it does not work that way. Wait, let's see if I can test this out. I guess it just always works if you have a non-zero amount of energy, so maybe that's why the developer put it in, which is interesting. So rather than it requiring a certain amount of stamina before you can do the action, it's just if you have any amount of stamina that isn't zero, then you can do the action, but then when it does hit zero, then you can't do it again until it fully recharges. So yeah, I wonder if it might just make more sense to do it the other way, where it just costs a certain amount of stamina, like a minimum amount that you need to have, and then not have this effect where you have to wait for it to fully recharge again after you don't use it for a bit. Because what I think I notice is that when I'm playing, I'm not going to realize if I'm in that state where the stamina has to recharge fully before I can press it again. Like, I'm not going to look down there to see if it's, you know, grayed out or not. So I can imagine it could be frustrating if you really need that in a moment and it just, like, you didn't realize you hit the bottom, you know what I mean, and fully depleted it, and you have this sort of punishment, I guess, for doing that. So it might just be more consistent to do it the other way, where you don't have that effect, and you just have to make sure you have a certain minimum amount of it. Let's try this again. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, very awkward. So there's just these moments here and there where I press spacebar and it doesn't do the wall jump. It might do a like the double jump instead or whatever, and it's like when I'm not expecting that, it's like completely losing the jump, you know what I mean? So I think it's just moving a little bit away from the wall or whatever. So yeah, I think whether it's like a timed thing or maybe even like a distance from the wall or something, you could incorporate a little bit of forgiveness there. That would probably help. And yeah, like I said before, even just the simple idea of resetting the vertical speed might help that just feel a lot more consistent. Now, what's going on here? Am I supposed to make it over there, or am I going over here? Okay, I guess. Fragmentation round. Hold right mouse button to ready your shot and release to fire. Now this message is not on a timer. I think it's the first one, so this is kind of what I asked for before, but I guess it hasn't, for some reason it hasn't been implemented that way until this point, so that's interesting. I guess it's all a work in progress, but yeah, I'd definitely like to see more of that with the earlier messages that I missed and whatnot. I feel like, I guess we can't use the E thing right here. I feel like I'd rather do that to like cross over here, but... Oh. What is that? Definitely seeing a little bit of that hit stop effect. Which is weird, but what does this do? Okay, so that just blew through all of my ammo, but it also... Okay, I guess I can see that the enemy's health has gone down a little bit. Maybe this is meant to be used a lot closer to the enemy. My reticle's gone also. I guess just because I don't have any more bullets. It's interesting. Yeah, but I think it's just because this isn't finished yet, but I would like to see, you know, more of a visual indication that I'm doing that, because it doesn't really do anything differently until it actually shoots the thing, but I'm sure that's just because it's a work in progress, right? But I think we're supposed to cross over here or something. What happens if I land on that? I'm just screwed. That little horizontal surface down there. Do I just soft lock? Or can I not? Maybe it doesn't let me fall down that far. That would be ideal. I'm just wary of it after my previous experiences here. Fantastic. Punch an enemy for this. What do you mean punch an enemy? Oh. Which will fragment them. Why am I so short? I'm so short. What the hell? What does fragment them even mean? That sounds important. Like what does that mean? Takes a while after you punch before you can shoot again. I kind of wish it would be a little bit quicker. So what? Yeah, I don't know why we have a knife and we have a punch. This seems a little bit redundant. One more ability. So it does giant blast and healing. Like your fragmentation round, you need to charge it by killing enemies. When was that explained? Some actions may cause it to charge faster, like overriding or backstabbing targets. Leap into the crowd and dummies and press Q to use data bomb. Okay, so first of all, what crowd? Okay, there's the crowd. And we just have like what is there a HUD element where it shows that we have this thing or not? I don't know. Okay, big bada boom. I don't know what this thingy is. So yeah, again, like I don't see anything on screen indicating that I have this Q power. Or not. Oh, we're going up here, okay. Again, weird stuff with no back faces on the geometry here. Oh. Okay. Stab enemies to heal. Fragment enemies with either your Shatter Fist, oh that's a new word, or Fragmentation Round. Overwrite them to claim their weapons and or abilities and to keep yourself alive. So, what does Fragmentation do? What does fragmenting enemies do? I don't think that was ever explained. Overwrite this server to upload yourself and begin your mission. I guess we're just gonna shoot and punch and stab guys. Oh, that's kind of cool. Alright, so it's the E key, right? Ooh. Okay. Reach the Nexus. Interesting. Hello world. No, is this like...
Welcome, anonymous user to Chapter Input Output.
Oof. I don't particularly like the camera. It's so jarring when you land. It's like a really basic movement, and I don't... Like, if I'm gonna do platforming and stuff, and if I can fall off and stuff, I don't think I really want the camera to go crazy, just, you know, moving around like that. I don't think that's a thing that... We've got camera shake amount. What does that do? Oh. Is that any different? I think... Yep. Wait, what did... Oh, this doesn't save correctly. Either that or it doesn't display correctly, because I put it to 0. Oh, this time it says 0, but... Oh, sometimes it didn't say 0. Now... Okay, yeah, this doesn't incorporate camera shake, I don't believe. Just go ahead and leave that back where it was. Just like the field of view, I guess. It's kind of going crazy, but... what does it say? Master boot record. Stabilize the Virtua base or something. Destroy the master boot record. New objective. Now if I have objectives... Oh, I guess it's showing that there. I was going to say I'd like to have somewhere I can refer to that's indicating what my objectives are. I guess as long as that's there, that kind of works for that purpose. I don't have different weapons. Dispatcher, are you going to shoot back at me? Am I quiet? 'Cause I don't feel... Oh! I never even tried that key, that wasn't explained. I was wondering if I could crouch or something. Apparently we could do a slide. Which... Honestly, this also feels a little redundant to me. I feel like you could just have just the slide, because it kind of works like almost the same as dashing. So why not just have like the dash effect and then if you hold it you slide or something? What if I dash into the slide? Does that do something? Oh! Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay. Sorry. That was kind of funny. Okay, interesting. I didn't expect to fall off there. I'm glad that it was kind of forgiving about that, even though it's a little janky and the way that that brings you back up. Interesting. So a couple of things. First of all, that felt pretty cool. Fighting the enemies. I like how you can dodge the bullets because that's something a lot of FPS games these days don't really work with, right? Because they make all the bullets really fast. So it's more of like a Doom. It reminds me of Doom because in Doom there's a lot of that where you just actually physically dodging the bullets. And I like that because a lot of FPS games it's like you can't very reliably avoid damage all the time because it's just kind of a necessity that if you can shoot enemies and they can shoot you kind of thing, like as long as their aim is on. Oh, that was a little weird. Alright, yeah, that's a little weird because the mantle effect is kind of suddenly happening when I don't expect it to. It's a little weird interacting with a surface this thin here. But yeah, that was cool. It does make me think... I'm just remembering back to the difficulty settings in that rant I went on. I wonder if that would be problematic if you increase the projectile speed, because that seems to be what the idea was. I always thought like if in Doom, for example, if they increased the projectile speed of enemies, it would probably throw the whole game off just because of the way that it kind of works. Oops. It's hard to do fine movements in this game for reasons I've already talked about, but like I feel like in just about any other first-person game, just something like oh, that was weird. Something like just landing on a narrow, like this isn't even that narrow, but just landing on something like this would be very easy. And even something like this, it's like that's not that big of a deal to... Oh, I forgot also about how the capsule collision, how you kind of slide off the edges and stuff. So that's probably part of what's making that even harder. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I definitely wish I had a little bit more confidence in just moving around on stuff like this, like I would have in another game, I think. Ugh. Just kind of spamming shots here. I don't know if that's a good idea. What about they are kind of bullet spongy. I noticed that before in the tutorial. Or they just take a lot of shots. Ah, geez, see, I'm just trying to land on top of the thing. It feels pretty awkward. Oof, and the mantle effect is pretty jarring. I feel like you could maybe just slow that down or something. Oh, because it's really kind of wacky what it's doing here. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But so I guess we want to overwrite the enemies to get their weapons, and I guess that we get health back from doing it. Was that what it said? There's a bunch of geometry in here. I'm not sure if there's anything I should be looking for. Like, is anything here not simply cosmetic, or is it all just, you know? Should I only be concerned about the enemies? Because you'd think you might find something else going on in here, but it might be nice just to have, like, I don't know what kind of things you intend to have in the game, but just have a little bit of visual differentiation between stuff that's just kind of supposed to be background and cosmetic versus stuff that's actually supposed to be gameplay relevant. Because there's a lot of kind of colorful things and high contrast things, but they're not like anything as far as I can tell, so it's just scenery. So I feel like you could probably tone some of that down, and maybe that would give you a little bit more clarity when you do put more stuff in there that I'm actually supposed to pay attention to. Checkpoint saved. What was that? I do like the idea of the movement, like being able to climb up around on things and stuff, because it seems like you can take sort of routes that weren't necessarily intended or whatever. Am I supposed to be able to walk through there normally? Oh, they're trying to lead their shots, I guess? I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. It definitely makes it trickier, because the shots are quite slow, so I mean, they're not hard to dodge, but it definitely makes it a little more complicated when they're leading. Data bomb ready. So in terms of leading the shots and stuff, one of the things that's kind of true in a game like Doom and similar games is that, you know, as just a general thing you can kind of always fall back on is the idea that you keep moving, then you're going to be safer than if you just stand still, right? Because enemies are shooting at you, you just keep moving, and that kind of protects you. It doesn't mean you're never going to get hit by anything if you're not paying attention to where you're moving, but it's just this idea that you want to keep moving constantly. But once you incorporate this idea of enemies leading their shots, now it's kind of like, if you keep moving, you might get shot. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it's a little bit of the opposite, and that's pretty okay in some circumstances. But I can imagine, like, when you're thinking about, you know, it being a first-person shooter, and there's a lot of movement, there's probably going to be enemies that are, you know, could be here, there, and everywhere in some situations. You end up in situations where you can have them shooting at you from all angles, right? And with a first-person perspective, I can only see, you know, in a certain field of view. So I might have enemies shooting at me from angles where I can't actively see them, where they are and where the bullets are coming from and all that stuff. So once you're thinking about that kind of situation, if they're leading their shots, then if I don't see it, I don't imagine I would be able to kind of process that in a way that I would understand I need to stop moving in this direction because there's bullets that are going to come over there and get me and that kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense the way I explained it, but if they don't lead their shots, then I can just think, okay, I know that there's enemies behind me, they're shooting at me, I know as long as I keep moving that the bullets are less likely to hit me, that kind of thing. So I can kind of handle it that way. But once you incorporate the leading of the bullets, I'm worried that might start to break down once you have a lot of enemies around you. Okay, it just doesn't react, I guess. What, are you bad, janitor? Oh. Oh, he turns around slow, that's funny. I guess that makes it easier to backstab him. Oof. And again, I don't really... What is a fragmentation? It was never explained what the fragmenting enemies does, so I don't know why you would punch versus knife enemies or anything. I believe the knife gives you health, and I haven't used the E key. 'Cause I don't... Oh shoot! Again, he's leading a shot, so I'm not thinking of it in that way. But yeah, I definitely feel like when you're talking about like a 1v1, or, you know, maybe there's a few enemies but they're all in front of you. In that case, when you have, you know, them leading their shots, it kind of makes it seems easy enough for me to kind of mentally process that. But once we're talking about enemies from directions where I can't necessarily see them, I don't know. Is this By the way, can we just keep... I guess we can just do this forever if we just keep double jumping towards the wall, as long as we don't... I guess that makes it easier if you kind of mentally make that connection. If I'm falling, I can just keep spamming jump towards the same wall, and the double jump will keep coming back. That makes it easier, I guess. But yeah, what is going on with these doors? And like, I don't have a sense of direction really for... Am I just supposed to do this? I guess that was the idea. If that's the only way forward, then that's cool, but I can also imagine somebody might just not figure that out, you know, like a new player like me, and just kind of get lost or stuck there for who knows how long. So yeah, be careful about that. You might just want to tutorialize that or something, like have the message pop up at the top when you're standing in front of this green window, reminding you how you can control enemies like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure if... Like, do you want players to kind of play the game like this, where they can just kind of spam jump along the walls, and apparently we can get up on the roof of this? I don't even know where I am anymore. Like, is that intended, or is that kind of... Whoop, what just happened? Is that kind of game breaking? If I can do that? Where am I? Oh, I was up there and then I went this way. Oh, this is a thing. I'm supposed to press the button on this thing, right? I don't see... Excuse me while I itch myself. I don't see like a pop-up. Okay, pressing E on this doesn't do anything, so I guess we don't want that yet, and we still have to go towards this thing, I guess, but am I not supposed to be here yet? What's the idea? What if I... Oh, on this one I can't seem to get on the... I can't seem to get on the roof of this just by spamming the jump against the ceiling. Anyways, yeah, what do we do here? What's going on? Sometimes I'm pressing... You can hear me pressing the spacebar, right? Am I? Sometimes I'm pressing it and it doesn't seem to do the jump on the wall. Like, you can hear me pressing it, it doesn't seem to be... Oh, all that time it did, I don't know. Something about... Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, it's a little funky, but... What on earth is this? Is this working as intended? Because... Actually, you know what? That's another thing, is that I used that enemy to get through here the first time, but then I came back in here. And all of the openings are sealed off with these colors, so I don't know if this is a soft lock. Is this not intended to happen? I just don't know what's going on here, so maybe because that server looking thing is over there, so maybe I did this out of order. I didn't go the right direction, and then because I didn't complete the objective yet is why I can't activate the server or something. So yeah, it definitely seems like I soft locked this anyways. I'm just gonna go ahead and click on restart and see what happens. Oh, I can like go backwards? Wait. Oh, there's a checkpoint. Okay, so yeah, I would change the text here. I would make this say return to checkpoint. Maybe even have like a second option. Like maybe the player wants to restart the level from the beginning, so maybe they'd want like a proper restart option and then return to checkpoint kind of thing. In any case, which way? I think I was supposed to go this way after hitting the checkpoint. Wait, there's one of those server things, right? But I can't activate that, right? Why does sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't? The wall running. Oh, is it because I'm supposed to do an angle? It doesn't work if I'm not at an angle. Okay, that makes sense. Oh. Objects of... Okay, that's new, but this just looks like one of these server things. I mean, it looks different, but... Oh, was that the objective? I didn't even notice that was... Because I wasn't even thinking about that. Now I wanna... Wait, can I do this? Okay, encounter complete. The objective! I don't see it on screen. Like the little marker that showed the objective, does that just... Excuse me, is there like a bug where it, after you hit restart, it doesn't spawn the objective marker? Because I don't see anything indicating that that's what that is. I'm guessing that's what the objective is, and I'm supposed to punch that, and I just never did. Just never processed that, and then okay, I see, and then I skipped over this, which is not intended, as evidenced by the door being blocked. But it was quite easy to get out of here, so you definitely want to be careful about that. That's not the right thing. Did it? Wait, why is it showing... Oh. That might not be intended. It looks like I can get back health and ammo by stabbing this. That's probably not intended. That's probably just like an inherited thing or something. Wait, what happened? I wonder if... Can the enemies shoot each other? Because that might have been what happened. I couldn't really see. I was just spamming the button, I couldn't really see the bullets coming at me. Too many flashy effects, I guess. Okay, well... Encounter complete. Alright, I'm not sure if I... Wait... 16 bullets. Yeah, I guess it's fine. I'm just wondering if I like the idea of just kind of spamming the button as fast as you can to fire the pistol. I mean... Is there like a limit to how fast you can do it? I think there is. I'm out of bullets now for one thing, so that doesn't help either. Where is the... I kind of wish I still had a reticle so I could aim the this thing. Oh, I can't press E. What makes it so you can do that? I didn't know they could punch you. So I thought that icon was indicating that it gave me bullets back, but I don't have any more. Okay, yeah, I don't really know what the deal is here, so I've got... I don't know what makes me able to use the E key to do the overwrite thing. I'm getting healing from that, but it's not actually giving me bullets, even though the icon looks like it's doing that, so I don't know what's going on. 100% of what? What is the... Oh. So on the back of the pistol it shows 100%. I think that must be the that secondary fire thing, whatever that is. It is the fragmentation thing of some sort. Which I can't do right now. Oh, shoot. See, I'm looking somewhere else and I forgot that the enemies do the leading the bullets, so I just walked right into those. What else do I do? Oops. I don't know why I was able to do that now. Oh, I'm back here. Well, I guess I already did the thing, so maybe this will work now. Or I punch this. Overwrite ready, why? I couldn't do it before. I don't know what punching that even do. Does it... Does it open these doors? Wait, what about this door? Does it open that door? Oh, I have a different gun. Oh, it's an automatic. I can't really see where the bullets are going though. I guess I got ammo. Looks like some ammo flew into my face. It's a little hard to see where the bullets are going with this weapon. I can't really get an idea of how... Okay, yeah, if I just shoot against the wall, I can kind of see where the bullets are hitting, but if I'm not shooting against the wall, then it's just like... I can kind of tell stuff isn't hitting, but I can't really tell by how much and such, so it kind of feels bad, you know what I mean? Because it's like... It's just not hitting, but I can't really tell why, if that makes sense. I think I'm supposed to go this way. So I already killed... I killed two of the green things. Do I go towards the yellow thing? Is this... Damn it. Probably go this way. Oh, I think I got a little bit stuck in the geometry of that object there, trying to do the wall run and jump. Checkpoint saved. Oh my gosh, okay. What, did that really not hit him, or does it... That was weird. I thought I hit him with the punch when he had like a little sliver of health and then he didn't die. So I'm looking at the bottom left, what looks like your health bar. Oh, I guess that must be your hard damage, quote unquote. That's why there's like a segment of that bar that looks different, I guess. But yeah, there's also some weird stuff with... Alright. So I think if you do the mantle, it kind of eats your input if you try to do, like, for example, if I tried to do a melee attack. Because that's something that happened to me before. I tried to just, like, run up to here and jump and punch the guy, basically. And it just kind of ate the input and didn't do anything. Because the mantle, I guess, kind of overwrites your melee attack or something like that. So that didn't feel very good. I don't want it to... just kind of ignore, you know, when I press buttons like that, especially if it's important. Like punching the guy that was supposed to die from one hit. Okay. Yeah, the layout here is all a little bit confusing. I think that objective marker disappearing might have something to do with it being a little bit awkward feeling, like which way is forward and stuff. So do I shoot this thing? What are these numbers? We've got binary in the air. Oh. Interesting. Do I shoot you? Can I punch you? Ah, they're angry. Yeah, so when I'm aiming, why is it just sometimes I can't use the E key anymore? What is the deal? Oh gosh, there's just that little bit of... Takes a moment when you press the input for it to actually start moving. It's a little bit annoying when you're dealing with this kind of gameplay where you're you're trying to sidestep bullets, you know what I mean? So what am I supposed to do? I don't know why the E thing doesn't work. I don't know if it's just a bug or what. Oh gosh. I swear sometimes even the double jump doesn't seem to work. Like if I don't know, just like bump up against some geometry the wrong way or something. It gets real awkward. Oh my, what? See, okay, you must have been able to hear in the capture. I pressed jump like 3 times and it neither did a regular jump or a double jump while I was falling. I'm not sure what's going on there. Very weird. And yeah, that slide effect is annoying. Why can't I jump off of this? I have a suspicion. But I don't understand. Oh, I think I might know. Okay, I think, yeah. So it might be somehow related to the capsule collision. I think when I land on this beam here, it never... Yeah, so it thinks I'm still airborne. It doesn't count this as actually landing. You can tell it doesn't even play the sound effect. So jumping, not only does jumping not work when I'm on this, but when I go off of it, the game thinks I already used up my double jump, which is why it doesn't let me jump again, even though I should have a double jump. Now what I want to know is if that's like true for any, like if I land on an edge and don't... I suspect it might be any time I land where I'm in that kind of sliding state where it just kind of slides off the edge, it probably doesn't count that as a land. So that might contribute to some finicky movement here and there. But yeah, definitely this beam acting like that, that's trouble, because I was I was just trying to jump up on this and then like jump towards this thing. I was going to try and hit it in the air with my knife or something. And that was not working. And it took me a bit to figure out why, but I guess that's why. Okay, yeah, I didn't really do any... Oh, I guess I can punch it. And it seems to allow me to fall. I'm gonna try and do this. Oh, this sucks, dude. Can I stand? Oh! Oh my gosh. I don't want to sit here and do this. Let me use the E key. Give me a gun here. It won't let me do it. And yeah, I do find the buttons just a little bit overcomplicated in a way to like do it all really quickly, just because of using both shift and control, and then like having to also reach for the F key. Like I have to take my finger off of the one of the directional keys to reach F. I feel like all of that could be simplified by just, instead of having both shift and control, you could just have that on one, just use the shift key, and then instead of having both F and a punch, you could just have that on one. Now I gather that, I guess the punch and the knife are supposed to do different things, but it feels very redundant. Either way, so I think it'd be worth designing around that. But I don't know what else to Oh, I've still got this. Oh, I've got bullets for it. I didn't even know. I just kind of assumed that I had replaced this with that. Well, okay, let's just do this, I guess. I don't really like the idea of, because there's two different melee attacks, my brain has to work a little harder to like think about like which one of them am I supposed to do. You know what I mean? It just adds that little bit more friction to the action of what I'm doing. Alright.
Critical. Error. No reference exception. False. Identified as partition 0. Master boot record. Missing. Last accessed by user 774. Alert. Anonymous user. ID 774. Identified as malicious. Grade. Software and security. Threat. All personnel. Please be advised and engage on site.
Alright, well that took a while. Wait, something too long, don't. In 1 hour. So we have, what, 42 minutes to do something? Hurry up to do what? What am I doing? I go out the door? What am I supposed to do? Hi. Hello. Oh, that was kind of bad. Ah! I do feel as though... Now, I did notice, like, earlier I was kind of making fun of the fact that I'm so much shorter than the enemies. So I'm trying to see if I can... I guess in the tutorial, whatever that enemy was, it might have been even a little bit bigger than these ones look, but I kind of gathered that maybe the why doesn't the E key work? I don't understand how that works. Can I put... Okay. I kind of gathered that the enemies might have been blown up in size just a little bit for the sake of making them like a little bit easier to hit kind of thing. Or, you know, and to see them from a distance and all that kind of stuff. And all that makes sense. I do feel like enemies could even be a little bit bigger given this sort of gameplay where it's like you can be moving around very fast and all that stuff. In my opinion, it just sort of works better if you... How do you explain it? It's like when you're... The way you're aiming is less about precision a lot of the times, and it's more about, like, you know, wheeling around quite fast, you know, making big movements, 90 degrees or more, aiming and stuff like that. And with that kind of thing, I think it... that more kind of frenetic sort of gameplay, it can just sort of feel a lot nicer if you have bigger targets and less of the sort of pixel clicking precision, which is not to say that it's hard to hit the enemies or anything. I didn't quite gather what that was, but I just feel a little bit nicer to have a little bit more generous collision on the enemies there. Wait, what? What is that? What is that? What the hell? I don't have any more bullets again. Wait, what? I don't know what's going on. That's a little hard. Oh boy, is that loud. Wait. Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to to handle, like using the control and like the F key a lot. Like not just using these keys at all, but just the amount that they need to be pressed to do these actions in this particular game. It's like, it's kind of tricky doing that sort of thing. I don't know, I guess I got him. But yeah, I keep running out of ammo, and this E button, I don't know how that works. It doesn't seem to be helping me to like get ammo back, so now what? I guess I go towards the yellow thing. Alright, E key is gonna work. Work this time. Act 1, now entering power scaling. Is this the same level? This doesn't look the same. Wait, what? I don't know like what level I'm on. Is there like acts and levels? Are those two different things? And do acts have multiple levels or something? Because I don't really have any idea how that's structured, so I don't know what I'm playing right now, but I guess I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, it's annoying in my opinion having to wait for that to fully recharge before you can use it again. Alright, don't really... just seems like a lot of nothing around. In the beginning, at least here. Obviously this is all work in progress stuff, but... does at least seem to have some sense of, you know, a way forward, you know, which is what you want to see in your level design. So it's not terribly confusing. Sometimes that mantle effect happens when I don't want it to also. It just kind of pops you up all of a sudden. I'm trying to do some weird tricky stuff, I don't know, I feel like it should be something I'm a little bit more in control of, you know. It just makes things feel a little bit janky a lot of the time. What? Hello. Yeah, not my favorite control scheme for reasons I've already kind of mentioned. Yeah, I don't. I really don't like the idea of them leading their shots. It just doesn't feel right for this kind of game, in my opinion. It feels very wrong. Whoa, what just happened there? Oh, wait, I think, oh. I think I might have an idea of what happened. Oh, that was the last bullet, huh? Do I have more weapons? Should I? Okay. So I believe I meleeed like both of those other like kind of white colored guys, but it didn't do anything. Maybe it's because they were already in like a melee animation and you can't cancel it when they're in that or something, because I feel like I hit them and then just nothing happened and they hit me, sort of thing. But yeah, so I think, oh well, hello. Kinda awkward. Excuse me. What the frick, man? That was ridiculous. Just hit me with every single bullet. Yeah, so when you shoot, because of the camera shenanigans, you can the camera kind of slides back through the walls if you're too close to the wall, and then it starts culling out all of these details and like the enemies and everything. Looks very goofy. But yeah, I definitely feel like I wanna like I get the sense that I could play, you know, try to play fast and do all these actions really quickly, but the control scheme is kind of holding me back here. Kind of go back and forth between control and shift and F key and the middle mouse button and aiming at the same time. It's not quite working for me. I definitely prefer if I could... I'm saying the same things over and over again here, but I definitely would prefer to have, you know, if I could just use, like, focus on using the shift key, the middle mouse button, that kind of thing. I could do a lot more that way, I think. I still don't exactly know. Is this just not hitting? What is going on with that? So I think the punch might be... I mean, this isn't something I just thought of, but I think the punch is for incapacitating enemies to some degree, or making them like flinch or freeze or something like that. It's probably a good thing to lead with, but then I was just noticing that actually hitting the enemies with it seems a little wonky. Like there's some situations where it seems like maybe I should be hitting them where it's just not working, which is could just come down to having to make it more forgiving or something. What is the idea? Yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes it seems to work and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if there's like actions that are canceling it or... Can you not do it well? I mean, it... Do these guys even... I don't know, it seems like it doesn't work well sliding most of the time, and then other times, I don't know if it's because I'm walking backwards or something, and then it doesn't work. I can't really tell why it's not working a lot of the time. And also, like, how is the... Is it just very particular about aiming it? Ow, I thought I could react to that, but that was not going to happen. Just because it's just a little bit slow to react to my inputs here. I think. Alright, so for one thing, it definitely seems like it's like really particular about the aim. Like you have to actually have the thing, the center of the reticle on the mesh itself for it to connect or like very close, or it just doesn't work, I guess, which is not how I would implement a melee attack. I don't think that's the way to go with it. Is it very particular about the range? I guess it's really particular about the range as well. So that's another thing. Actually, I didn't even think about that until now, but I guess because I couldn't really tell what the hell was going on. Also, now that I think about it, this red thing, the little red part of the reticle that shows up, a lot of times I think my brain was kind of interpreting that as like a hit marker while I was like in the middle of like doing things like trying to spam punches and stuff, and it's, oh my gosh, that thing kills you so fast. Yeah, I think that could be a little misleading, just the visual of that. But yeah, so it seems like it's also, in addition to being very particular about the aim, it's also very particular about the range with hitting the melee attack, which is actually, I think, a pretty common mistake people make when they're doing melee in first-person games, because you can't really judge your actual distance from an enemy very properly, so the ideal thing to do is generally to make it so it reaches quite a bit further than is, well, certainly that is realistic, but yeah, I think it's just something you have to do by feel, but I think pretty much for any first-person game, if you want to have some kind of melee attack, you really have to quite exaggerate how far in front of the player that it will actually hit for it to feel right. In this case, it's really quite... I would just put it a little bit further. It's not like it's awful, but I think a little bit further would help. But yeah, also just knowing how it works is a little bit helpful, and just like... Oh. Hello. Well, let me just restart this for now. Trying to do some gameplay. What the hell? Ah, I don't like that. That guy's kind of ridiculous. Ah. Okay, but like, where am I? I'm just running around. I restarted that part so many times, I kind of... Because I think I've been over here already. And also, like, when you restart, it kind of respawns the enemies in the places you'd already been, I'm pretty sure. I'm supposed to go this way. Wait, what the hell? I was like on the other side of this. It looked like it. Ow! I think I'd like to see the melee punch come out a little bit faster as well, because it kind of takes a while after you click the button. Which, if you're doing really fast stuff, I mean, if it was a slower paced game, that wouldn't... Like, that would just seem kind of normal, but when you're just doing really speedy stuff, it starts to feel like it's a little bit slow. I didn't even know this thing was here. Jeez, man. And again, it's hard to see those little bullets, because I feel like just because the enemy bullets are so slow, it should be easy to just kind of sidestep them. But I'm just kind of like waiting for them to show up and then react to them, rather than reacting to them preemptively, because of the fact that they're so slow. But what I'm finding is that like the effects of me blasting my gun is so flashy. And the fact that, you know, just because the nature of the fact that they're shooting directly at me while I'm shooting directly at them, it just sort of, all the effects sort of overlap and I can't really see the bullets properly, you know what I mean? It's kind of unfortunate, it just doesn't feel the way I wish it did. Oh, hello. So, oh my gosh, the freaking melee thing won't hit when I need it to. Guy's stronger than I thought. Do I have any other guns? No. Can I use the E thing? Okay. So I'm doing this after I already laid into this guy and almost killed him, so I don't know if that means... I assume that means I'm going to inherit a damaged body or whatever. Kind of annoying trying to jump up onto this thing knowing that all those guys are right there and about to shoot me if I don't do something. It's so awkward. It really doesn't help, just that little tiny bit of input lag, the aiming. I'm trying to do awkward stuff like this. Get the melee to work when I need it to. Where did that other guy even go? And sometimes, I swear sometimes the melee attack, like the animation doesn't even come out fully. I don't know if it's getting canceled by something. Maybe it's like, maybe it's, I don't know if I like, I guess it doesn't care if I'm in the air or not. So it's not like I'm walking off the ledge and I don't know. I mean, you can see in the capture there's been it's been a few times that you can hear the melee sound come out, but the animation doesn't really look right. It doesn't look like it really properly does the punch. And that's another thing, because like the combination of the fact that the aiming is so particular with the punch and the fact that it takes a little bit for it to come out after you click. Like if I'm doing fast stuff, I'm like thinking I point the reticle at the enemy and then I hit the button, but then like if I move the reticle before the thing actually comes out, then that's another reason why it's not going to hit the enemy, right? Yeah, if I could rebind the controls, I think what I would do is I would probably just put shift the dash and the slide. I'd probably just put them both on shift. It looks like that would work, actually. Like if you just had simple control rebinding, as long as you didn't like force the player to not be able to use, you know, the same input for two different actions. It looks like I could just do it that way, and that would just make the game more pleasant to play, I think, honestly. But yeah, like, I also realized that this is supposed to be on a timer, and I've been screwing around all this time, which is the nature of playtesting. I don't usually do well with timers in these playtest videos for reasons you could probably surmise by now. Shoot them with guns. More enemies. Okay, I want this guy, right? The E key doesn't... Trying to... I was like wondering if they would, if the E key would work on them if I damage them or something beforehand, but that doesn't seem to happen. That guy shoots a whole ass shockwave. What the hell is that? I didn't even see that before. I want to take over your body. Why can't I do it? I don't understand it. Do I have to do that? I have to punch them and then I can do it? What? Is that true? I don't remember that being a thing. Is it because they... Wait. Could I do it before because the enemies weren't aggroed yet? And then when you aggro them, then you can't take over their body unless you do the fragmenty thing? And then if you fragment them, you can... Oh, that goes into slow motion. I can't believe that actually didn't hit him. It wasn't... I thought that was close enough to... Wait, did it hit him? Isn't that supposed to fragment the enemy? I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know what's happening in this world. If I press E, it doesn't do anything, and then if I properly melee him, and then... Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Blech. I tried to punch him. I didn't do a good job of it. Jeez, right in my face. Is he alive? What the hell? Freaking gosh darn it, man. What the frick, man? That's really hard for me to even process with my brain, that the aiming is so particular with the punch. Like, I can't get my brain to do that. Alright, that giant horizontal shot is... I don't think I like that, because it's kind of antithetical to the whole idea of that's been established, that you can kind of sidestep to avoid bullets and stuff, and then there's just like a giant bar coming at you, and moving left or right doesn't do anything unless they're like really far away when they shoot at you. It seems like you'd have to jump to get over that, but it's like I can't process it in my brain fast enough that all of a sudden there's a bar coming at me and oh, now I need to do a completely different input in order to avoid the attack. Like if I knew what it was beforehand, some kind of like really good telegraph or something, I don't know, maybe that'd make a difference, but yeah, I don't really like the idea of that. And that really depends a lot on how near or far away the enemy is from you when that happens, right? Which, by the way, is kind of what I was talking about in the very beginning when I was talking about the difficulty settings, how I... Not sure if I like the idea of possibly the projectile speed being increased, because it really can kind of throw off that sort of stuff, where it's like now the closer range engagements don't really work the same anymore. You can't really avoid the projectiles reliably in those situations, because you mess with that variable for the sake of difficulty. Probably not a good idea. Why do they have gigantic hitboxes for their melee? And then my melee is this ridiculously particular thing where I have to get the pixel just on the guy just right. Frickin' hell, man. Anyways. I guess I'm still alive. Can I... Wait, how do we do this? This thing is... I didn't even know that this did slow motion before. And then I can do that. Oh, this guy's like toast... Oh, I must have too much of the quote-unquote hard damage that I don't even fully understand how that works, but so I need to wait for my E key to recharge. Ah! No! I just wanted a different body. Oh, I'm like still really far back here, aren't I? I've been screwing around in this place for so long. Jeez, yeah, I don't like it when I can't see the bullets when they hit me. It's one of those things where it's like... Obviously in a different game with faster bullets you wouldn't think that way, but like... If I expect to be able to dodge bullets, but then I don't see them when I get hit by them, like I don't see them coming, it just feels bad. What the heck? Why did that... Maybe they should just have like a little bit of a delay between when you pop into their line of sight and they pull the trigger like that. It seemed like he just kind of shot me instantly when I'm trying to jump up on here. And yeah, just in general, I've been noticing it feels just sort of annoying when the enemies spawn up on these platforms, trying to jump up after them. Oh, the big wave of death. Can I get that gun, though? That's what I want to know. I was trying to get rid of the other guy. Oh, did he die? Wait. I move around a lot. Oh, he friggin... I did the wrong melee. Oh, he just has a... Okay. So I guess you're supposed to get their guns, which you kind of do, but it's like you get a different gun from what they actually shoot at you with, which is a little weird, unless this has like a secondary fire or something. Oh no. I feel like this should do more damage, especially because it's so inaccurate. Yeah, I don't think it's much of an upgrade. It doesn't feel like an upgrade at all, really, versus just the pistol. Maybe it is, but I was just, you know, shooting the bigger enemies. They have more HP or whatever. I don't know what's going on in here. goodness sake. Oh, by the way, I guess when you restart, you don't get your time back. is that the case? I didn't think about that because it's counter complete. Oh goodness gracious! It says I only have 12 minutes left. Been dicking around all this time. No. Whoa, okay. That was weird. I don't... What the crap? Oh, come on. But I think that's all I can do is just keep blasting at him or punching or stabbing, right? Like... I thought that might kill him, but it didn't. I do wish that had just a little bit less HP, just a little bit bullet spongy feeling. But it does seem like that's what things have kind of boiled down to. It's like I can either just keep blasting them normally or I can go in for a melee. It's like either one of those things. Oh, that goes through the walls. I wasn't thinking about it. I still don't have ammo. Ah, I forgot it does that. Lame. I did notice for the first time there's like a little sort of directional indicator when they do their telegraph. Little triangle that pops up on the screen. That's kind of neat, but I didn't see it before now. So, oh, we got upgrades. I didn't know we had upgrades. The ability to throw your knife. Heart damage passively decays. Both of those sound helpful. What do I have? 1,720. Can I only choose one? Nice. But I'm gonna run out of time. How do I get out? I just move away. How do you throw... Wait. Oh, there's different buttons. Z? The Z button. I don't like using the Z button. That's kind of... Okay, and it's just on a cooldown. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that, that adds a little bit to the combat anyways. I've been thinking that the... I guess you call it the gunplay, or the way the weapons themselves handle has not been that interesting altogether so far, but... I keep forgetting I don't have any bullets on this thing. What does that do? It just... a little extra damage? Is that all it is? Oh, wait, what? How'd that guy die? Whoa, he moved real fast all of a sudden. I don't like this thing. I don't wanna like fight around this thing when it's just gonna pop up and, and make it so I can't do anything while that enemy's trying to kill me. Yeah, what's up with the... I need a reticle. I can't even aim my little knife because I don't have the reticle on the screen. Why does it make that sound? What is that? Ooh, green stuff. Z. Okay, so one thing I don't kind of throws me a little bit off is the knife. The knife seems to put them into the fragmented state, but they can still run around and shoot and stuff, whereas like what I've encountered so far, like using the punch and stuff, it seems to kind of like incapacitate them when they go into the fragmented state. So it's kind of unexpected for me to see that, but they can still move around and stuff. It just seems inconsistent, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's supposed to be that way or not, but I guess there's a guy up there. Oh, what the? Oh, no, I don't like that thing. Shut up. Why is it still shooting me? Okay, maybe they're not incapacitated when I punch the hell out of them. I don't know what's going on anymore. How did that even shoot me the last time? Why is that thing so... Look at it, it's all green. Wait, what does this do? Wait, what the hell? No way. What the heck? I didn't expect this. This is so weird. I can't find any enemies. Enemies. Oh, shoot. Why does it feel so awkward? Does it inherit? Why is the aiming so weird? Okay. This feels like something that wasn't fully implemented or something. Like it feels very work in progress. It's cool. Oh my gosh, even... It looks so weird. I guess there's just the stuff moving in front of the camera and stuff. I get disoriented trying to just turn around sometimes. Okay, I press the Q key and then I'm a normal person again, but like I don't have a gun out for some reason. And these guys aren't paying attention to me still. Oh, come on. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye to me too. Okay. Whoa! Frick, I tried to do something clever and it didn't work. Didn't get the angle right. Ow! They really follow you. Is that not... Was I just completely wrong about the fragmentation thing incapacitating enemies? I thought you could... Seems like if you punch them, they usually just kind of freeze there. Or does it just reset their... Oh my gosh, sometimes... Wait. I don't know. I was trying to punch too fast or something and it didn't come out when I hoped it did. Or I hoped it would. Let's So maybe the punch just... Wait, what? I wasn't expecting that. Did he... He hit me, Did he hit me? Something weird happened there. So it looked like he was just starting to do like a swing, but it like hit me instantly. And then like he swung afterwards or something like that. It looked a little weird there, but it looks like I'm at full health. I don't know what happened. Did I get health from him dying? Hello, I am you now, I guess. Does that like reload you automatically? What's this? Wait, what? I can see inside you. What's happening? I broke something. I don't know, I was just spamming melee and then something broke. Ah! I tried to do a melee, but sometimes it gets cancelled or something. Something happens. I tried to like dash and then jump and then melee right at the end, and it just got eaten. Oh, it might have been the mantle thing. I think I figured that out before with the mantles. Yeah, I must have landed in some kind of a mantle state or something when I was like trying to land on the platform. And it must have eaten the melee attack I tried to do. Where are the other things? Oh, hello. This is a little awkward, but... Why are you... Why? Just let them die. Just kill them if they fall off. That's very silly. Is this, yeah, okay. My goodness. Okay. How did I not run out of time already? I was like, I must have been close to running out of time at some point here. Oh, 22 seconds. I see. Well, let's see what happens when we run out here. Is this not... Okay. Wait, what is this purple? Why is there purple? No! Threat level raised. Okay. So, is that like a permanent... You screwed up, so now we're gonna make the game harder sort of thing? Is that what's going on? What is on the screen right now? This don't seem right. Okay, I don't know if the game bugged out or something, but that's probably a good place to end this. This has been a long video. Gosh darn it, it's really... That's longer than I thought it was. I knew it was long, but that was extra long. But, you know, if I make an extra long video, it's usually because I'm pretty interested in the game. So there's a lot of stuff in the game right now that kind of bugs me, I would say. Stuff that I would like to change or see changed. I say I would like to change it as in if I was making this game, stuff that I would change. However, I think there's a really solid kind of underlying basis that you've got going here, and when you do stuff that you want to do, it feels good. So, yeah, and, I'm hopeful that some of the feedback I've given has been helpful in some way. There's definitely a lot of things I think could be fixed up in just the basic sort of fundamental interactions with the movement, the interactions with the environment, and the shooting, and the collision, and things like that. But I think if you could, you know, improve a lot of that stuff, then this would be a lot of fun to, you know, zoom around and blast dudes and I guess, steal their bodies and stuff. A lot of sort of confusing stuff, and I figured out more as I, messed around with it long enough. But yeah, if you can make stuff less confusing, that would help a lot too. But hopefully this has been helpful for you, or useful for continuing the game. You can definitely let me know if I can answer any questions for you or anything. But yeah, that was fun. Even though it was like, I feel like it should have been frustrating, like it was a little bit, like, just the amount of little niggles I have with sort of the fundamental things, but just the fact that I kept playing it even though like should have been frustrating, I think is because it's, kind of cool. What's below all that stuff is actually quite engaging. So yeah, anyways, I'm just rambling, but that was fun in the end, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.